Hello and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host, and today what we're going to do for Scrappy Saturday is I'm going to teach you how to do the Tunisian Entrelac stitch. And it's really simple. It's just regular Tunisian crochet. You can do it with a regular hook. Any hook will work. We're only going to use 7 stitches on our hook at a time. You can do this with as many stitches as you want. You can make your squares as big as you want, but how we're going to do it is we are going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I forgot to tell you, this is an actual Tunisian hook. I could have a cord down here on the bottom. This is a 6.5 millimeter, and I am using a worsted weight yarn, or number 4. And any scrap yarn size of hook depends on what size of yarn you're using. So then we are going to go through, we're going to skip this stitch, and we're going to go through this stitch right here and pull up a loop. Go through the next stitch and pull up a loop, leaving those stitches on our hook. Go through the next one, pull up a loop. Go through the next, pull up a loop. Go through the next, pull up a loop, and go through this one and pull up a loop. We should have 7 stitches on our hook, and there's 3 and 4, that makes 7. So then that's our forward pass. Now our return pass is what they call it. We are going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 yarn over, and pull through 2. And this is what it should look like. Now we're going to do that one more time. We are going to skip this stitch right here, and we're going to go into this stitch right here and pull up a loop. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now on the end, we want to make sure we go through 2 loops on the end, those 2 loops right there. Always make sure you catch those 2 loops. We have 7 on our hook, then we are going to yarn over and go through 1, then yarn over, go through 2, and we do the same thing all the way across. Go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and then go through 2, and that's our return pass. That completes our second row. So your first row has your yarning over, bringing up a stitch, and then the completion is the return pass, where you are removing the stitches off your hook. And we are going to do this one more time. We're going to bring up a loop and continue on bringing up loops. Count your loops as you're bringing them up. You should have 7 on your hook, and on the end, always remember, on the end you need to have both of those stitches on your hook. You should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring it through 1, then bring through 2, bring it through 2, bring it through 2, bring it through 2, yarn over, bring it through 2, yarn over, bring it through all of them. And we're going to do that until we have 5 rows. So let's do another one. Yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, bring up another 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 loop, and then you're at the end, and you go through those 2 stitches on the end. can get them right here. This one and this one is trying to hide from me for some reason. There we go. And bring up a loop. Should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over, bring through 1. Yarn over, bring through 2. 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 And bring through the last 2. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have one more to go on this row. And we're just going to repeat that process again. All the way across. You can do this with any scrap yarn that you want to do this with. I have a scrap cake. I'll show you here in just a second. But I am going to be changing colors so you can see it better. Bring through 1, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2, and 2. Now that was it. So now what we have to do is we have to let me look here. We have to slip stitch off. So we have to yarn over, go through that loop, bring it through, and bring it through 1. And then yarn over, or not yarn over, but go through, yarn over, bring it through, and bring it through that one. And this is closing off the top of our stitch. This is like, just like knit, you have to close these stitches off. You're always going to be doing this at the very end. And then at the end, make sure that you go through this one and this loop and this loop. My yarn is really splitty. Go through these 2 loops. Yes, even I struggle. And then go off, then you bring it through. Grab your scissors. Cut a tail. And that is what it looks like right there. So now we're going to change colors. And when we change colors, that's what the back looks like. And we're never going to work in the back. We're always going to work into the front. We're going to change colors. And let me grab another color. Hang on. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to tie on right here. And we're just going to slip it through. Do a slip stitch right here. I actually elected to start with a slip knot, but I'm not going to this time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. Then we're going to go back the second one, and we're going to yarn over, bring up a loop. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to make sure that my tail is up here. And we're going to slip stitch as our cast off. We're going to slip stitch around that and go through the first loop. Then we're going to go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, all the way down, casting off 2. Now we're going to start, we never use this first stitch. We're going to start with this next stitch. We're going to go underneath, bring up a loop. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is right here. And then making sure that we're working over our tail, we're going to go through this loop, or that stitch, pull through and pull through 1. And then we are going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way across until we get to the end, like so. And this is what it's looking like. So we are tying on, as we are going, we're tying on to this one right here. We're going to skip that first stitch again because this first stitch, this is actually your first stitch on the hook. So you're going to skip this one and go through this one. And that's pull up a loop, wrap it around, pull up a loop. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we are going to go through this stitch. You can continue to do it this way where you're wrapping around that tail, or you can leave that tail. You can weave it in again, back the other direction. Pull through 1, then pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way across. Now you have 4. No, you have 3. You have to do 2 more. So we're making our forward pass again. I'm going to speed up a little bit. I have Tunisian crocheted some, not a whole lot, but I enjoy it. It's real relaxing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go through this one, pull through and pull through that first loop. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. It's just a very repetitive motion. And your bars on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that tells you how many passes you've done. And you do 5 passes when you do 7. We're going to do our forward pass again. And go through this one right here at the top. And my yarn's wanting to split. I can tell it's split. It's hard to get through there, so it had to have split. Okay, there we go. And pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, back across. You can do this with any amount of stitches that you want on your hook. So there's our 5th one. Then what we need to do is we need to do our cast off, is what that's called, where you slip stitch it off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay. And that's what it should look like now. Pull it down just a little bit. This will try to curl on itself. It's really known for curling. So when we get done with this blanket, I will show you what else we need to do. Now, we've done this cast off. Now we have to add on. So what we do here is, okay, I messed up. I had to pull it all out. So we go, there's 1 on our hook, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to make sure these are loose. I made mine really tight, so I'm having trouble. 6. Learn from my mistake. There's 7 on our hook. I'll try to get these a little bit looser. Then we pull through 1, pull through 2, 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 pull through 2. Now let's see if we're right. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on that end one you go through 2 loops. 7, and we pull through 1, and then we go back and we pull through 2, 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 and then we go back down through here and we do it all over again. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and go through those 2 on the end. 7, pull through 1, then you pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Make sure it's not, this yarn's very splitty. Pull through 2, pull through. This is vintage. I can tell it's vintage orange by the way it feels. And a lot of the vintage yarn is extremely splitty. And this one is definitely splitty. This one is Karen Simply Soft. It splits too. So I've got some splitty yarn I'm going to have to deal with. I am going to make a blanket out of this one. And y'all can crochet along with me on this blanket. It's going to take me a while to get it done, but like I've said before, the reason I'm doing these Scrappy Saturdays is because I've got a lot of scraps I need to work through. And right now it's just going to town. This is kind of almost like the blanket stitch, but it's in Entrelac. The blanket stitch and this stitch right here are 2 very easy stitches to do that you don't really have to pay attention. You just have to count a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1 more pass to do. You just have to count every once in a while, and that's all you really have to do. And if you hear noise, my husband is in the house, and because it's raining outside and you may hear thunder. I don't know when the rain is going to stop. It's been raining for days and days and days. You may hear thunder. You may hear rain. You may hear hail. Who knows? Okay, so that's our 5th one. So we have to come back here and we have to cast off, which is slip stitch in each of the stitches across. And make sure you do this part loose because you will be going back into these stitches. And then make sure you get your edge stitch right there. Go through to both of those. I missed one. Hold on. There we go. Went through both. And then slip stitch off. And now it should look like this, and it's curling just a little bit, but that's what it should look like. And then we're going to cut this end, and we're going to add on over here, and I'll be back in just a second. I found some white, and we are going to add on over here to this one. So what we want to do is we want to find our edge, which is right here. Bring up a loop. And we want to do 7 chains again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we are going to, I hold my work down here in my hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the second, this is your first stitch on the hook, and we're going to go back to the second one. We're going to pull up a loop. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is just a little bit different. So we have 7 on our hook, and what we want to do is we want to connect to this one right here also. So we go in, we pull through, and then we pull through 1. I'll repeat that here in just a second, and then we're going to go through 2, go through 2, because we are attaching to that edge of the orange. So again, we make our first pass, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one right there. That's our 7th one. That one's always hiding. You'll have to look. And then you go up here into this very next, this is a stitch we've already gone into. So we go to this next stitch. We go in, we bring it through, and we bring it through the first stitch. And then take it through 2, all the way across. Again, we were going to repeat that. I'm going to go a little bit faster so I can get to the other end so you can see it again. Go through that last stitch. That one gets a little tight sometimes. We've gone through this one, so we're going to go up here through this one, and we're going to bring it through the first stitch. And then we go back across with bringing it through 2, and this is our return pass. Now our forward pass is the same again. And then we've gone through this one, so we go up here through this one, bring it through the first one, and then do it back up, bringing it through 2, back across. And then we do it again. Now this next one is going to be a little bit different. And we're going to go through this one, and we're going to bring it back and go through the first one and bring it back. I keep bringing it up too close to the camera. I'm sorry, you guys are getting blurry. I keep thinking it's my eyes blurring out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now what we do is we cast off, and that's the slip stitches across the top. And that means that we work our way back over to the other side. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go and work our way across here. And we're going to have, whoops, get off up here. There's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, because I didn't count the first one. 6 and 7. And then to cast off, we're going to go into this first one over here. Do the same thing we did on the other one. and pull it through the first one. And they're going to pull it through 2, pull it through 2, pull it through 2, pull it through 2, 2 and 2. And so we've attached it over here and here. So now we're going to skip the first one because this is our first one. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've used this one, so we're going to go to this one and pull it through the first one to attach, and then pull through 2, 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 and pull through 2. We're going to do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go through that next stitch up, pull it through the first one, pull through 2, 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 and pull through 2. We've done 3 so far. I'm speeding up a little bit. You'll get in a rhythm and you'll just keep going once you find your rhythm. You always want to stop and make sure that you have 7 on your hook, because you can get off on your count, but you got 3 and 4. That's what you want. So you go through this stitch and pull it through the first one, go back across and pull through 2, pull through 2, whoops, didn't quite get that 2, pull through 2. Now we have another one. Got to make another pass. So we do another forward pass. So we have 3 and 4, that's 7. We go up here to this last one. Pull through the first one. Pull through 2. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so we're at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now what we do is we have to cast off. 1. We just pull it through and pull it through all of it. Pull through both of those loops. Make sure you get that one that's hiding right there by the orange. It always hides down in the bottom. Then we are going to go across, just like we did here, we're going to go across here. So what we want to do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We pull through 1, then we pull through 2, pull through 2, that was 3. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Make sure those aren't twisted there. Okay, so then we go through this one and we do the same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, Go through both of those on the edge. I've got a split yarn right there. Then we come back, go through one, go through two, go through two, go through two, 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 and two. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we go through the last one is 7. And the reason that I was at 5 and not 6 was because I did not count my first stitch that was already on my hook. You should start counting with 2 instead of 1. Pull through 1, pull through 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and you finish this off. You just go all the way up with it. I'll just finish it with you. I've only got a few more rows, and then I'll show you what to do. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the last 2 on my hook. Pull through 1, and then you go through 2. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got one more row to do. Like I said, you can do this with any crochet hook because you're not keeping that many on your hook. Any crochet hook will work. I should pull out a 6.5 millimeter so you could understand that any of them will work. I just wanted to use my Tunisian hook, and then we cast off. So that is go under, pull through a loop, because we have 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and we cast off on our 5th row. So you pull through 2, pull through, and this is your cast off. Now, you will continue on with this pattern until you get, this can be a blanket. You could do you could even do 4 squares like this and make it like a cup holder. But I'm making a blanket, so I'm going to start over here again. You're always keeping your work facing you, and I'm going to start over here again, tie on another color, and I'm going to zigzag up, and you'll be growing out by 1 square on both ends, just like the corner to corner blanket. You're going to be doing the same thing with this, and it's going to be growing out by 1 stitch every time. And I'm alternating colors. You don't have to. You can't, like this cake that I have right here. It's too long. This was too long for me to go all the way across. So what I'm doing is I am just using other colors in between, and then I'll come back, like this time I'll come back with the green, and I'll do the green again until I run out of green. And the next color, it looks like the next color in there might be purple. No. Let's see, the next color in there is, who knows? Multicolored? I don't know. Looks like it's multicolored. Different colors. So I'll use that one and go across. And if I have too much of it, then I will switch out with a different color and try to go all the way across with a different color. And just use up my scrap yarn that way. actually doing 2 cakes. I'm doing, well, with this one, because this is too short, so I did this one, and I'm also doing this one. So I've got these 3 that I'm working with right now. That's the 3 colors I'm working, or the 3 cakes I'm working with right now. And that's how I'm using up scrap yarn. So whenever I get close to being done with this, or starting to come down with it on a Scrappy Saturday, I will show you how to bring your corners in and make it either a rectangle or bring your corners in, and then we will do a border, because you have to have a border on this where it rolls. This will curl. Tunisian just curls up. That's what it's known for doing. So don't worry if it's curling. We'll do a border on this, and it won't curl anymore. So give me a like. I hope you subscribe, leave me a comment, and hit the bell notification so you know whenever I'm going on with another one. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.